this advanced chemistry cell, this itself is a very new technological innovation. And the best part is that we were always dreaming that these cells should be manufactured in India. Now, when I say advanced chemistry cell, I mean that it is the same battery that is used in our mobile phones, in the electric mobility cars, other automobile segments, in storage devices, medical equipments, number of toys for the children. It is the same in all, wherever electronic today you find, it is based on this advanced chemistry cell. But the unfortunate thing was that we were not manufacturing it, we were getting it from outside. So we were a kind of 100% import dependent as far as ACC was concerned. And this was a cause of worry for the entire government in general, and of course, Niti Aayog in particular. So that practically set the entire tempo to how to come about with interventions, with instruments, with kind of new thinking process whereby this thing could be manufactured in country. So that brought in almost 2.5 years of hard work, close to 300 stakeholder meetings, many of them international, number of them domestic also. And after so much of work and going through a lot of technical, financial, and legal consultations, finally we came out with this PLI scheme. Now, last month it was approved by the cabinet. On 11th, it was approved by the cabinet. It has been notified in the Gazette. Now it is a reality. Advanced chemistry cell, friends, I must be willing and I would like to tell you that this is going to be a big, big game changer for the country. I'm not trying to make a comparison with the other PLI schemes. They too have their aims, but this has got absolutely aspirational, aspirational dream to make India big. Let's see what are the grand aims. The grand aims of this particular scheme is, the PLI scheme is, number one, make in India. You could say that that is something which is in others also. So make in India component is most pronounced, most emphatic, very clear in this scheme. Number two, Atmanirbhar Bharat, as I started in the beginning, that no more dependence for cells on countries outside. That was very much important. So Atmanirbhar Bharat is there. That from that flows through import substitution, and finally to develop a globally competitive ACC battery ecosystem. Now that is the desire with which this PLI scheme has been brought. That is why I say that it is not a production-linked incentive. This is a performance-linked incentive, because the manufacturing units, they do not have to only perform, they do not have to only produce, they will have to perform to a desired specification, desired standards to avail of the incentives. Now let's see what is the target. The target is that some 50 gigawatt hour of ACC support government of India will be giving through this particular scheme, in which 18,100 crore rupees has been allocated for the purpose of providing incentives. So we have thought of that because our idea is not to ask small people, small manufacturers to get into the stream independently. So as I told you in the beginning, it is a gigawatt kind of approach. It is a big dream. That is why the minimum that a manufacturer, a bidder would have to come to the capacity is 5 gigawatt and maximum is 20 gigawatt. So by implication, minimum 3 persons and maximum of 10 persons, 10 firms, 10 group of consortiums could only win this particular this PLI scheme, and they could get into the manufacturing spectrum. So this is the target payout. As I have told you, it's a fiscal support of 18,100 crore rupees, and it is for a period of 5 years. Plus, yes, 2 years have been given to all the manufacturers, to the bidders who have gone through it and who have won it, who have been finally allocated. For them, 2 years have been given as a kind of preparatory role. So for within 2 years, they have to set everything in position and start making production. And I'll let you know what exactly are the other quality gates, and then based on that, the incentives will flow. So there are a number of quality gates that have been embedded into this PLI scheme, because once the aim is that we want to become from a 100% importer to 100% exporter, if that is the orbital transition that we are aiming at, it simply means that it cannot be done with quality standards being compromised. You can't move it forward in a shabby manner. So the quality gates have been very well defined. Minimum investment that we expect per gigawatt hour is that of 225 crore rupees. That is a minimum investment. This is taking into consideration that the technology will improve upon. Otherwise, actually, the investment will be more than 225 crore rupees per gigawatt hour. So assuming that you are paying for the least, that is 5 gigawatt hour, so 225 into 5, that is 1125. That is the amount that you will have to commit for. That is the investment that you will have to make into the facility. As I told you in the beginning, that Atmanirbhar Bharat is something that is very, very fundamental. That is a core value proposition of this particular PLI scheme. Therefore, the value addition is something which is sacrosanct. Within 2 years of your starting the work means the year you start your production. 2 years we have been given for manufacturing, setting the base. So the first year itself, you will have to come to the level of 25% of localization, 25% of value addition through local methods have to be there. And similarly, 60% you will have to achieve in the 5th year. Everything has been absolutely clearly legislated so that there is no scope for any confusion whatsoever. There are certain performance specifications, for example, life cycle and energy density, which are the common parameters for all the advanced chemistry cells. So based on this, the higher the life cycles, higher the specs, then more the incentives will flow to you. There are some of the features are there. For example, the bidding process is QCBA system, which is quality come cost based system is there. And it is a transparent mechanism. The single window clearance has been laid down, technologically agnostic. We are not bothered about what technology you are following till you can give a delivery that is able to match the performance standards that we are looking for. It is a robust monitoring framework is there. There is a very clearly laid down testing framework will be there based on which the incentives will be given. And of course, we are also bothered, we are also concerned, we are also thinking that how the research and development should be supported. So for that, of course, 5 in over and above 50 gigawatt hour, 5 gigawatt hour have been allocated differently for niche chemistry, for new areas of chemistry. There is another involvement of the states also, because quite at times the manufacturing agencies say that once we go to the state, then probably because of so many issues regarding our federation, our federalism, the problems are there. So there is a concept of grand challenge method. The moment, let's say you have been allocated 10 gigawatt hour, where you are going to set your manufacturing unit, that you have to take a call based on a grand challenge that will be thrown to all the states, and the states will offer you, based on that offering, they will offer you trunk infrastructure facilities, they will offer you certain concessions with regard to electricity, water, land acquisition, so many other incentives. So based on those incentives, you will take a call that, suppose if you say that, okay, I'm going to set up this particular unit in Kashmir, or let's say in Kerala, and based on that, there will be a tripartite agreement where the center, and the center, of course, represented by DHI, Department of Heavy Industries, and the bidder who has won the award, and the state where the manufacturing unit is going to be set up. All three of them get tied towards a single objective of manufacturing the given capacity.